This is a HeadGum podcast.
Now on today's program, what a light slumber of misery this piece of shit was. It's the bucket list. I'm Andrew Jupin.
Steven Sadak.
Chris Cabin.
Eric Siska.
And we hate movies. Everyone, welcome to the program. This week we're talking about, it's a Rob Reiner alert.
Oh, boy.
The 2007 film The Bucket List. Boy, you will forget that Rob Reiner is still making movies.
Oh, every ding dong day.
What the fuck was that Woody Harrelson? Was it LBJ movie he
Yeah.
had last year?
Man.
What?
Yep,
Yeah.
that's a fucking secret Rob Reiner
That's
movie.
a bar bet I lost already.
Dude, and you got to see the makeup that he is in. It looks awful.
And
Rob
he will-
Reiner?
And it will truly be a planet of Vietnamese.
Oh, so that's why we kept bombing.
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, to keep doing it.
Yeah, no, he's wearing like these hilarious fake ears.
What?
Dude, he
Fake
looks like
ears?
Dumbo.
That's ridiculous.
I love it.
And then he did a bunch of kids movies. I mean,
It's
he's
just
been keeping up.
really?
Yeah.
Rob Reiner will like sneak a movie into the Toronto Film Festival and they put it in like the back of the booklet.
we did North, right? That was him.
Yep.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Mhm.
That's him. I think that's the only one we've ever done of Meatheads.
Of Meathead's movies, yeah. I mean, because I don't know, there's a bunch of shit like his more recent stuff you don't really
Yeah.
want to touch. Like this is just toxic.
There's The Story of Us, which is a miserable film.
Which one
Horrible
is that?
movie.
That's it's Michelle
Michelle
Pfeiffer
Pfeiffer.
and Bruce Willis.
Yeah, it's him trying to do sensitive. It is a fucking
Really?
rush.
Oh wow, talk about an acting challenge. Yeah, what else? Oh well, he did didn't he direct A Few Good Men?
Yes, he did.
That's him, Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson as well.
featured on today's program. I'll here's something, maybe controversial opinion here. I like When Harry Met Sally.
I
like that
I've
movie.
got
Would you
no
like it?
problems with
Okay.
it.
Is there a big
I didn't
controversy?
know.
I think Rob Reiner's done some good work.
Yeah,
He
Princess
has.
Bride for crying out loud.
Oh
Yeah.
right, of course.
Harry Met Sally is great, but it's also like Rob Reiner be like, "Hey Woody, can I make one of your movies behind your back?" And Woody's like, "What?" And then it just happened, and it's totally fine and totally good.
Now,
Yeah.
was he involved in the City of Slickers? Or was that?
No, I
was
don't
that
think
some-
so.
Really?
I don't think
Hmm.
those movies are directed by anyone.
Isn't
who's
he Sleepless in Seattle, or am I crazy?
No, that's
He's
Nancy
in
Myers.
No,
Sleepless.
he fell asleep in Seattle.
He's in it,
he's
but I
good
don't think-
on? He plays Zoe Deschanel's dad on New Girl.
I saw that episode.
He's on several.
Oh, he's on
episodes.
several.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
I just saw the first episode with him on it.
What of the new season? The
No,
final
no, no,
season?
no. Like the first
yeah,
time
he's
he
been on a
arrives.
bunch.
Yeah.
And this is like almost the last Jack Nicholson performance. Really, it's the penultimate. The last one is that James L. Brooks movie.
Oh right, with it. Nobody fucking.
Oh,
saw it.
man.
God.
Sorry, I
what
just-
was that called?
You Gotta Do It or something like
Yeah.
that.
You gotta do it. I don't think so.
I just pulled up Rob Reiner's filmography.
Yeah.
Rumor has it.
Oh, that is
Oh,
rough.
right.
Oh, is that was that the movie that's the pseudo sequel to The Graduate?
Yes, the
Yes.
movie's wretched.
Dude,
It is
I remember
awful.
exactly when Chris Cavan saw that movie, and he was like telling us about it. We were in a bar, like in
Sure.
Brooklyn or something, and you had just seen it, and you were fucking fuming about that movie.
It was so bad.
It's wretched.
Here's
So
They really tried to capitalize on that Kevin Costner post Upside of Anger thing.
Oh, right, because that was like his sort of comeback to
That
like
was
a movie
big
that people
comeback.
liked.
They were talking fucking. He was going to get the Academy Award for that fucking thing.
No, for that movie.
Yeah,
Really?
they
Oh,
were really building that shit up.
So, by the way, you also did Stand By Me, which is pretty good.
Oh, right,
And
great movie, yeah.
Misery.
Misery's great.
movie.
The American President, some people
I like that movie.
It's okay.
Spinal Tap, that's
Yeah,
the big
Spinal
one.
Tap.
Of
Yeah.
course, of course.
You Gotta Do It. He did.
What is the name of that?
I'm gonna
James
find
Do
that.
you
out.
want to do it?
it's like it's You Gotta Do It or
How do you know?
I
that
think,
it?
I think exactly it's How Do You Know.
I think Chris Cabin is closer to what this movie.
I want to
nobody
make a
saw
movie
is.
called You Gotta Do It.
You gotta do it.
Oh man,
How
it's
do
about
gotta
okay,
do the thing?
It's about the Heaven's Gate cult.
Uh-huh.
Man, you gotta do it. Everyone else is doing it, dude. You got to do
It
it.
was going to be Just Do It, but then the Nike Corporation sued us to stop.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so that's his last one. He's got some other movie like in development. We'll see if that ever gets made.
He's supposedly in the American remake of
That's the one, yeah, whatever.
that long ass German movie that came out a couple years back.
But this might be
The dude, he's like the shitty father, and he follows
called
the daughter
Tony-
to the
Oh, Tony Erdmann.
Tony Erdmann. Yeah,
But sad Jack Nicholson thing. I heard rumors that he's like got the Alzheimer's a little
Yeah.
bit or something, or
Well, who doesn't?
But
memories
he-
fading.
Like that's the thing. It might work for that character because he's kind of loop. I mean, he's very loopy in that performance.
Yeah, but you can't just be going around making shit up.
Oh,
You still
no,
have
the-
to memorize your lines.
the insurance
wait,
people will not let it
It
swing.
Wait, it worked for Bruno S, right? In the Herzog days.
Oh, right.
Get more crazy people into
Yes.
movies.
It worked for Ronald Reagan being president.
Oh, exactly. It worked for Donald Trump being president.
maybe it's called
Rudy?
Wait, what? He's on my legal team?
I have a legal team.
And then Morgan Freeman, whose last movie will never happen. He's
No,
just never
it's
going to
never
stop.
gonna happen.
Morgan Freeman just likes working. He likes getting out of the house. Maybe he hates his family.
Morgan Freeman can't stop, won't stop. That's
Yeah.
him. That's it.
I think it's a fucking race to the finish line. Him and Michael Caine.
Oh,
They cross
yeah.
paths briefly in that fucking shitty bank
Freeman is
heist
putting
movie.
out way more
Yeah.
material.
You
That
see
guy-
this thing though with Michael Caine? He's like a dictator and he's friends with a little girl or something. What is
Oh,
that
right.
shit?
Oh yeah, no.
What the fuck? I
It's
think
called
Michael Caine's got.
Dear Dictator.
I think he's got like secret 1 drug addiction, 2 gambling debt.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
My opinion of him is going up by the finger.
House addiction. He's got to buy a lot of houses.
I'll just, you start with one house, and then I'll wake up and I've bought 4 houses.
I woke up one morning. I thought to myself, "Who just needs one house when I can have several?"
Oh no! Oh no! No! Amazon is not getting into the real estate business. The Kane family's done.
Alexa, buy me a brownstone. Thank you, Alexa.
So speaking of just got to do it,
You got to do it. I want someone out there to Photoshop multiple posters. Any like the like
what,
10
you got to do a trilogy.
no whatever like movies like do Rampage, do
Whatever
like,
it takes is essentially you got to do it.
Dazed and Confused. Just you got to do it. Like
So
any-
use the real poster, but
Yeah.
swap it out the title and
Yeah,
use
for
the,
you
the
gotta do it.
matching font. to say
Super
you
bad.
gotta do it.
Super,
Perfect.
you got to do it. I think that.
That would be a good one. Sliver, you got to do it.
Knocked up.
That's a good. You got to do it. Sophie's Choice, you got to do
There's
it.
Yeah,
Baby
of
Boom.
course.
You got to do it.
What's Baby Boom?
That's Diane Keaton and Harold Ramis. She's like an executive and like gets a baby.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I just keep all I'm picturing is Baby's Day Out.
That's a good. You got to
That's
do
a,
it.
that's a
That's
really
you
good.
gotta
You got
do
to do
it.
it. So you got to talk about the bucket list.
I guess
Oh, how about that? Doing it for the bucket
Yeah,
list.
you got to
Yeah.
do it.
I'll tell you this. I successfully spent 11 years avoiding this movie until last night.
You lucky fuck.
Wow. I saw it at one point on television when I was visiting my parents. Probably.
That's when you watch the bucket list.
Exactly. It was
Yeah.
probably like 2010 or something.
That was about. It was on TV at some point. My mom has all the fucking movie channels, so I ended up doing it out of self-hatred.
Well, also, what part of you is like, well, it's Jack Nicholson. I kind of
No,
that
Yes.
that
got
was
a
for
little-
me watching this.
there,
I was
there
like,
was
well,
there was no hope. I mean, you saw those trailers. There was no
Yes,
hope for
yeah.
this thing from the outset.
But
This
no,
wasn't going to be good.
Now this is living. That's a trailer.
That was
line.
it.
that was
the
the
whole
trailer
trailer.
line. That was the trailer line. I mean, you're not wrong.
It's well, it was this is his late period about Schmidt. You know what I mean? His blue period where it's like everything is like I'm gonna die eventually. And it's
Right.
Like, all right. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that's.
Have
a
you
movie.
heard about mortality?
So, Chris Cabin, this was your fucking cross to bear. If you had
Yeah.
to boil down what this movie is for everybody who's been living under a rock.
2 men who are waiting for the grave.
Is this Alzheimer's Jack Nicholson describing this plot?
Oh man.
So Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman both have cancer. They're
Yeah.
in the hospital together.
Yeah.
And Jack Nicholson is rich as fuck. And
Yeah.
he says, hey,
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman, I don't hate you and you shut up when I tell you to. So let's go on and do a bucket list, a comp bucket list. 3 things you want to do, 17 things I want to do.
That's absolutely.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
exactly
And whenever
correct.
we have to do the thing Morgan Freeman wants to do, we're going to make a fucking federal case out of it.
And then we'll die. But that's this version of the story. I think the original John Waters script
What are
was
you talking
was
about?
a love story between
stop,
these two men.
wait. Stop presuming I know what you're talking about.
About this movie?
Original John Waters script?
For this. It's
Yeah.
a joke. I'm making a joke.
Oh, I thought he actually wrote a draft.
No.
We Hate Movies is a comedy program on the internet wherein fake movie ideas are bounced around quite a bit.
No, but this is Chris Cabin. This is my reliable source for movie gossip in the entertainment biz.
Well, I'm like IMDb. You've got to
Chris
do some
Cap-
cross checks.
Chris Cabin is a charlatan and a liar.
Yes.
Terms and conditions may apply.
Get me that T-shirt.
all right. So wait, start the bit over.
Okay.
All right, now go back to the foundation of the bit. Dig out the cellar for us.
It's like Locke.
You got to do it.
No, I genuinely think that at some point this story had to be about a love affair between two men that happened at the end, towards the ends of their lives.
Yeah.
Because at the end of this movie, that's the best part. That would be the absolute best part.
That sounds like a beautiful movie. Chris.
You got to
That's-
do it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You got to do it. Finally getting gay. There it is.
Well, yeah, like you think about it, like on your bucket list, if you were living as a closeted man your entire
Yes,
life, maybe,
absolutely.
yeah,
Yes.
you got to do it.
Call Me by Your Name, but with Morgan Freeman and Jack Nicholson.
Call me by your name and I'll call you by mine.
Call me by your medical chart, and I'll call you by mine.
So this movie starts with a bit of what Chris Cabin has coined cheap heat. Because anytime you get Morgan Freeman in an austere voice telling you what a movie's about,
Yep.
that is cheap heat.
Yep, big time.
Because that's like basically his catchphrase at this point. Like it's like, hey Morgan, you're gonna do this movie? Like, yes, I will. Are you gonna do the narration for it? Well, I guess I will.
Post March of the Penguins, I mean, you just go into a state of serenity watching him and landscapes.
I really forgot about that movie existed.
There's a sequel,
I
dude.
did. Yeah, I was gonna
What?
say I did until the other day. I think I was walking in like the mall or something.
A death march of the penguins.
It's just March of the Penguins 2. You got to do it.
I remember at the end of March of the Penguins 1, it was one penguin up to another one, and he gives them a card with the face of another penguin.
That's right.
Oh
Yes,
shit! Escalation.
Well, so March of the Penguin 1, that was You Should Do It.
Remember how annoying that parody farce of the Penguins was?
Dude, I watched that on every drug I could get, and it didn't even
Really?
crack a smile.
nothing worked. Nothing worked.
So it's like, I remember when I met Edward Cole. He was a nice man, and he died on May 15th.
His eyes open and his mouth shut. Fucking finally.
Somehow I die before before he does in the movie,
Dude.
and then must be a ghost talking to
Yes.
me.
Yep. Ghost narration. Fuck you, movie. Ghost narration.
Sorry, spoiler alert. Morgan Freeman dies in the bucket list.
They both fucking died.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
get it
That
out
was
of the way.
part of my reasoning for not watching this ever, though. Aside from it looking terrible, was I was like, I don't want to watch these guys just die.
Two actors you like? No, of course not.
Yeah, exactly. And that's
yeah.
just what it is. You just watch these characters fucking rot away. Morgan Freeman starts bleeding from his chest at one point in this movie.
That's rough. So
That's it. Yeah, that is rough, dude.
it's really just Morgan Freeman is a car mechanic. He's a genius. He's like basically a trivia nut. We find
But what is he doing, Steve?
he's
Watching
smoking.
Jeopardy?
He's smoking cigarettes.
Uh-huh.
That's how you can tell it's lung cancer coming, because I can't remember the last time I saw Morgan Freeman play a character that was smoking at all.
Mm-hmm.
Did Alex Cross smoke?
Maybe not, but in that movie, High Crimes, where he plays like a drunk, he's smoking in that movie.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. But
Yeah,
I was just like,
recently.
oh, this is clearly
Yes.
we're waiting on a lung cancer
and
diagnosis.
usually you would give it a little time. I mean, it's 15 seconds,
Yeah,
and
this-
he gets the phone call.
and it's a bullshit. He's like, so what do these test results mean? Uh-huh. And what's that? Uh-huh. And then the camera, Rob Reiner's camera, just like tilts down, and Morgan Freeman looks at that cigarette and drops it.
Oh my
And
God.
the heavy-handedness almost made my television fall over.
I fucking get it.
It's easy to get. It is easy to get.
This is a simple movie
Also,
if you look at it right.
Why drop the cigarette? It's already over.
Yeah.
You might as well keep going.
Too late now, motherfuckers. Suck it back.
Exactly.
Keep going. Finish the pack.
Exactly. Definitely. In fact, just sit there and smoke for fucking 2 hours, and I would like the movie more.
Exactly.
Then it's just a Jim Jarmusch thing. Give him a cup of coffee.
Oh yeah, just Morgan Freeman smoking in a dark room.
Oh, totally.
Is that all you're gonna have, Jack White? Coffee and cigarettes?
Well, you got to do it, I guess.
So
Maybe now would be good to play some jangly guitar. That should fill 20 minutes.
no, Wu-Tang Clan, you wait outside. We're gonna finish this cigarette.
And then Bill Murray will come in, amuse us for 10, and then we'll go into the next
We'll
number.
be on our
it's-
way. Here comes Iggy Pop right on time.
What? Haven't seen Roberto Benigni in a while, have you?
Oh,
it's-
Steve Coogan and my good friend Alfred Molina.
But
Why? This movie had to have been made in 2004 because why else would Alfred Molina be?
But don't you get me started on that Tom Waits.
Oh yeah. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
we cut to Jack Nicholson, who is
I thought this was a courtroom thing for a second. It's a
Speaking-
boardroom situation.
welcome back to the show, Jack Nicholson. Last episode we ever did with him was Wolf.
Wolf, I think.
Wow, Wolf. That was like in like the double digits, man.
Maybe even our
Yeah,
first
wow.
spooktacular. Ever.
And how about this? In this first scene, he immediately makes a joke about Wolf.
he does.
Oh yeah.
Because he's like, so the whole thing is Jack Nicholson is in this boardroom situation where his company is looking to acquire this hospital.
It's a courtroom, sort of. I don't know, like it's set up like
Yeah.
a court, or
Yeah.
it's they're a board of trustees.
It's
thing.
like, yeah, I think it's just a really
But
nice ass looking
There's
boardroom thing.
witnesses.
yeah, it's
It seems like a court scenario.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know what's going on. Maybe
There's not
he's-
judges, as he's just talking to like,
like-
a board of
Yeah,
directors.
it's like Congress. Like
You know what? It's very confusing. Maybe,
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe it is like a public hearing of some kind. It doesn't
Yeah.
have official judges, but it has like maybe it's elected
that's
officials.
possible.
Do all these hospitals like secretly have these tribunal rooms? I've just
I
never
think
seen.
I don't like he's
everyone
doing-
has a phantom zone. I do know that.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. I think he's doing like a hostile takeover of some public hospital that he's
Yeah.
now going to privatize and I guess turn a profit.
But that's like it's
They've
never-
been privatizing. They've been doing that for a while.
But
that's the thing
that's
that-
his business, and this is his next conquest.
But
That
it's
was-
ne-
that's what I understood from the scene.
and it's never actually shown to be a bad thing. It's like, oh, but I do it the right way.
right.
Is
Yeah.
the idea?
He's-
yeah,
because he cuts corners. He doesn't. The whole thing is he's cold hearted, and he's just like, oh, there's two beds.
to a room.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not running a spa.
he's like famously fickle about it. I guess is the idea. He's a
So
cheap.
I guess
fuck.
he's going to make it more efficient
Mhm.
to
Yes.
die.
Yeah, but like also you would think that would set up a turn at the end where he's going to
Yes.
mend his ways
Yeah.
and like and become
get to
a
it.
better
He
person
like
Nah.
sort of does, but not really.
Yeah.
because he met his first black man, I guess.
So he's got some pinhead fucking pinch hitting for him in this testimony. And the kid is fucking tanking it. And Nicholson tries to give him like a little like pick me up, and he's like, "Here, before you testify, have a sip on this." And it's like this tiny little coffee
What?
cup.
What is it? Kawati something?
Something like that. I can pull it.
Oh, I don't know. It's that thing.
It's a real
where-
thing. It's
It
a real
is.
coffee.
Yeah, it's that specialty expensive coffee where a cat eats it and shits it out, and then they get the beans out of the fucking feces, and then you drink it, and it's $120.
Those
a pound.
things, the actual
Copy
cat,
Luwak.
Yes.
copy. Yeah, okay.
You know how I found that out? I Googled cat shit coffee. I really did.
Cat shit coffee, man. That's a brand we could get behind.
I'm going to start making my own at home.
Yeah, exactly. That's easy
You don't
enough
need
to do.
these kibbles, dude. Come on, eat this coffee bean.
That's what you do, dude. Start feeding your cat coffee beans.
Exactly.
Fuck yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. You have yourself a little guard cat. He'll be
You
freaking
probably
tweaking.
Have
man.
a little dead cat, maybe. Don't do that at home.
So Nicholson gets pissed off at this kid, like kind of floundering during the testimony. He's like, I'm going to make it real easy. You're terrible at your job. I'm great. I'm going to buy your hospital. What's that? I'm coughing blood. But in here, the Wolf reference, he's like, I passed up lunch with Michelle Pfeiffer for this.
What?
It's like, why is Michelle Pfeiffer, the legendary Michelle Pfeiffer, having lunch with some nobody fucking secret billionaire hospital purchaser?
Nah. I mean, like, I think that's what I think he does have Alzheimer's. Like, I gotta go see Michelle Pfeiffer. He goes into a broom closet.
Yeah, do you think like Ed Koch is fucking going out with like Jennifer Lopez or I guess like
Yes, I
Jane
do.
Fonda?
Yes, I do.
You do? Okay.
Yes, I do.
I mean, like,
Okay.
no, with the Republican.
Oh, those
version.
guys aren't touching Jane Fonda. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
He's going to fifth base with Shania Twain.
Well, just to
Whoa,
sully her,
his
Andrew.
face.
Just to
Yeah.
sully her.
Oh my God.
So
So around here is when he coughs into that napkin,
Yeah.
and a bunch of marmalade comes out because
Yeah.
it looks like chunky blood. It's
It
like-
does. It looked delicious. I was like, can I scrape off your hanky on this toast?
No, but literally for a second I was like, is that blood? Because I know old people like to wolf down some marmalade.
Yeah. On their
Old
croissants
people,
and shit.
they hate jelly, dude. They need marmalade. They need
Or
the full-
preserves.
Yeah,
Sometimes they like preserves.
exactly. It's chunky.
Is there a non-orange marmalade, or is it just
You could make a
orange
marmalade out of anything.
Well,
Well,
what's a marmalade versus a jelly? And then where does
okay,
a jam slide in?
Okay, boy. This
Well, we're
is
going
a
to be
lot
here
of
for a
talk.
while.
That-
Jam City, a new podcast.
Jam City.
Put on a wool cardigan and sit down slowly.
oh man, we
Jelly-
should make
jelly's-
a Sunday morning podcast. It only comes out on Sunday morning. Only allowed to listen to it on Sunday morning.
Oh, listen. You're joking, but that's kind of a great idea.
and it's just about jams, fudges,
I would
and
love it.
butters.
Coffee,
We could
tea.
teach all these younger kids, these younger listeners, and these younger millennials, because we're like old man millennials.
Yeah,
We could get them ready
Yes.
for the later
eventual
how
death.
you
Exactly.
but no, but how you
Educate them.
appreciate
Mhm.
like a Saturday or a Sunday morning when you're not being fucking punched in the crotch by work
Mm-hmm.
and you just have a blessed second to sit down, get a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, some toast, a nice jam on there, a light coating of jam, put a record on, maybe smoke a J if that's your thing, and just appreciate being.
Welcome back to Jam City. No, this is not an EDM podcast.
Oh, we get that all the time.
Stop,
It's so
stop
funny.
emailing
Yeah,
us.
it's
Please stop
funny.
emailing
But
us.
Yeah, no, I'm
they-
not
they
going to
are
talk
funny,
about Dead
though.
Mouse.
All right.
R.I.P. Avicii.
Okay, here's the thing. Sean Hayes as Jack Nicholson's put upon houseboy or whatever this. It's
an
like his
assistant.
assistant,
Yeah,
but
sure.
it's like no, but it's like not just in the business world, man. Like
Yeah,
Sean
he's, like,
Hayes
following
has
him
to
around.
like fucking deal with this dude 24/7.
Dude, he knows this guy's gonna die. He's got his fucking knives are out for this
But-
dude.
oh,
let's
wouldn't
go
you,
for it.
though?
Oh, absolutely. No,
You've been
I'm-
working with this dude for years. You fucking hate him.
But he is here just to tell you that he doesn't just give the salt to fucking women and minorities.
Uh-huh.
He also gives it to white guys. So don't worry. He's okay.
that's true.
Everybody
he's
gets
pretty
it.
okay.
Everybody
Everybody-
gets it. And there's something he checks him into his own hotel, his own hospital, I should say.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is like, oh, why am I in a room with this other guy? And it's like, well, sir, that's your policy. And the other thing is there's something called the Oprah incident.
Right. Well, so Jack Nicholson
Which is two
says
thud fucking pop culture references that have no business in this movie.
absolutely. What you're talking about the Michelle Pfeiffer one?
Yes,
too?
the Michelle
Yeah.
Pfeiffer. Yeah,
I
in
thought
like
you meant
5
there was
minutes.
2 Oprah incidences.
No, because
And
he's
Oprah
like
should be in the movie. If you're going to drop her in the beginning, she's got to
Yep.
come in at the end.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or I'd like to know what happened.
Yes.
no, because
Just cut
if
to
you
tape of him on the show or something, or what?
Yeah.
Nicholson throwing a chair, or he's drunk.
He does the Tom Cruise thing. He dances on the fucking couch or whatever.
Oh man, that would be pretty great. No, but it's like he says, "Have I fired you lately?" And to which Sean Hayes replies, "Not since the Oprah incident." But then also though, if Nicholson was firing Sean Hayes for the Oprah incident, was it something Sean Hayes did to Oprah?
Oh, that's
A
interesting.
slight against the great
Well,
Oprah Winfrey.
Here's the thing: it's like these old guys will try to turn that back around. And, well, you shouldn't have had me be in the room with her.
Oh,
Yes,
so
yeah,
you
that's a
think
big one.
it's a cocktail party? It's him and Oprah. Things get heated, and then all of a sudden, for no reason, he yells out, "I'm gonna tear your eyes out and piss down your dead skull! You need me on that wall, Oprah Winfrey." Probably something like that.
He was like buying a hospital in Chicago,
Yeah.
and like there was a wing that was named after Oprah, and he was like,
sure.
"We're gonna tear this down." You know?
Probably that might actually be it.
That would be closer, I think.
You don't fuck with Oprah, especially not in the city of Chicago.
I don't believe in philanthropy.
Well, that's the thing. He says he's like, the thing is, we have to think about PR because he wants to get a solo room. He wants to kick Morgan Freeman out of their room.
And Sean Hayes is saying we have to think about it. It would be a PR nightmare.
It would be a PR. But
Sean Hayes, get in here. I owe how many Kias? How many Kias does that bitch need? Well, it's for the audience or to get. I don't care.
Wait, what are you saying, Kevin?
I'm imagining the guy that got fleeced for those Kias.
No, I know. I'm asking Chris.
They need to fit under the chairs.
You're telling me you're gonna fit a fucking car under a seat? This show's stupid.
Call Hank Pym.
Dude, if only we started this MCU sooner.
Yeah.
Nicholson
Could have been anybody, yeah.
Something.
He would have been something.
Fuck.
Well,
Fuck
hey,
you, Kevin Feige.
honestly, at this point, he could just be Thanos. You don't put nothing on him.
Man. I don't even need your mocap. Just fucking put purple marker on my face. I'll get right to it.
Put a smile on my face.
So then for about
Grabs
35...
the Infinity Glove. Wait till they get a load of me. By the way, Infinity Glove. Oops.
Yeah,
It's a gauntlet.
it's a gauntlet, actually.
Put
Jarvis,
put the
music.
No, but like the idea that a guy like Edward fucking Cole, Jack Nicholson's character, gives a fuck about PR at this point.
Yes, of course
is
not.
ludicrous.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So, but and now it's just two of them. They're in beds together, separately, I should say. They're hospital mates.
Yeah, and it's 35 minutes of this movie is spent on Jack Nicholson being a bad roommate.
They just like take that like 10-minute cancer montage from American Splendor and then do it again.
Yeah, it's kind of that. It's just
Who
like,
is Harvey Picard? Who are these people?
He would have been a good Harvey.
Oh,
Picard.
absolutely.
Yeah, he would have done it.
But
that was pretty much just what About Schmidt was, except he was, what did he sell insurance in that movie
I think
or something?
so. Yeah, it was definitely a boring job.
Yeah, just replace that with like comic book artist. That's it.
But so yeah, he gets
Bob Crumb was a cool cat.
it's the two of them. But the problem is Morgan Freeman's got a family. This is the big problem for the movie. Morgan Freeman has a wife that loves him. She's there all the time. Like they have to kick her out of there. He's got like one or two sons that come in.
Got
one of
two
his
sons and a daughter and grandkids up the ass because the cards are all over the wall.
I cannot believe it. So one of the kids is played by the kids are like 50 years old. Is played by Morgan Freeman's actual son.
Correct.
But then he's like, "Well, Jack, do you want to see my children?" And he picks up this picture, and it's the beginning of many. Like it's terrible Photoshop.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't get four of these four people together for an afternoon.
I don't think this was even Photoshop.
Yeah.
That looks like Elmer's job. They, like cut it around. Just they were careful with it. I'm not saying they weren't careful.
This looks like a ransom note.
Dude, it looks like a fucking unskilled Girl Scout made that.
Like jib jabs.
It's insane.
Want to see a picture of my family? They dance and the mouth moves a little bit. It's like
Well,
jib jab.
actually, this used to be a picture of a different family, but I decided to make it about mine.
It's ridiculous. It looks like when George Costanza takes the picture to the fucking photo mat and the guy makes a cartoon out of him.
But these are four living people that are in your movie. Just get them in a room and take a fucking picture.
Individually Google pictures of two different black people, and then we'll Photoshop them with the first guy that we have because he's in the movie.
I just don't understand it.
It's so lazy and stupid and obviously bad.
But the other part of this is like where the movie kind of goes. Obviously, the bucket list is like Morgan Freeman shouldn't have a family. Like he should be either a lonely guy or like maybe he's divorced. And
Well, the thing is, it's now you got Jack Nicholson's character who's estranged from his one remaining heir or whatever.
Yes.
He's got a daughter, we find out.
You want Morgan Freeman to have a family because then the audience who themselves are sick and old and dying.
Sure.
Plenty of them, us included. And they can identify with that character, I think, is the idea. You don't want
Yeah.
two Montgomery Burns in one.
Exactly. Yeah. There's nothing to ground you or have you relate, like you said. Yeah, just two curmudgeons.
I
That's
mean-
fair.
And I mean, it is Nicholson's movie. That's kind of the shitty part about it, is because he makes the change.
Yeah, but it's
That's,
also,
I mean, if you're
Freeman's
talking
movie.
about story rules, he is the main character.
That's true. So he has cancer. There's a cancer montage that goes on for way too long, like literally minutes and minutes of this. It's a pretty short movie too, by the way.
97 minutes. God bless it.
We don't say the words bucket list for 25 minutes, and we
I-
don't go on
but
the
we-
bucket list for 38.
But we damn say it, man.
We do say
fucking
bucket list.
say it, dude.
So like, Rob Morrow plays the doctor. He comes in.
Where's this guy from?
Chris Cabot in my favorite movie Quiz Show. If
Yeah.
Chris and I ever were to live on an island together,
Oh,
the movie
boy.
we would bring is Quiz Show.
Can we crowdfund this to get you guys out of society?
Do we get
Can we
to
just
keep
put
the
these-
island?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
It depends on how many
Well, you-
funds we raise.
Yeah, you
Okay.
got to fight like the cannibals for it. Like, we'll send you into like a 1970s Italian cannibal movie.
Or how about we just like send you to fucking What was that guy's? Richard Bronson?
Richard Branson.
Branson.
Send you guys to his island, and you got to like fight him to the death.
Oh, I
Where-
could do
where-
that
when
shit.
can I watch Quiz Show on that island?
After you drink his blood.
Okay.
I bet you he's got laser discs.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah, this montage, this cancer montage, though, it's like because they both separately start getting chemo and
Sure.
everything, and it's like different scenes of either of them throwing up,
Mhm.
you know, getting the fucking the shakes, they're shivering. Jack Nicholson actually shaved his head for this movie,
There
which was
is-
very unsettling.
It is.
He looked like
Shrek.
He did.
he kind of looked like Shrek,
He looked like Shrek.
but he also looked like Grandpa Porky Pig.
Yeah.
Somebody once told me the world was gonna roll.
Lawrence, turn off that music.
But the most unsettling thing you'll see in this movie or any movie is it's like a throw up gag but I don't care about the vomit afterwards, but it's Jack Nicholson. He's got this like bruschetta, but it's mozzarella, like fresh mozzarella with a tomato on it.
I was getting
and
hungry.
But he's like,
Yeah, it's a
slurping it into his mouth. and
It's a Capri salad eaten by hand.
It is repulsive.
He's sort of like sucking it down like an oyster.
Yep.
He
Yep.
really is.
I guess that's to just show the decadence, man. Because he's also, to be fair, he is like a little bit fucking with Morgan Freeman because he's like, "Oh, you want some of this spread?" And Morgan Freeman's like, "No, that's quite all right. I certainly don't want to be indebted to you or anything." And then he's like, "Oh yeah, because it's delicious."
It's on purpose. I mean, he looks like the penguin eating a sardine.
He really.
It's like he just slurps into his mouth.
But honestly, like Dead Alive is a little easier
Less
to watch.
nauseating,
Yeah,
Dave.
than watching.
It
him.
takes me longer to lose my appetite watching an old woman's face fall into soup.
But Rob Morrow is like, you guys have 6 months to live. Rob Morrow, by the way, has a really good Robert Duvall in this impression in this scene. There's like I love the smell of chemo in the morning, and then Rob Morrow's like, it smells like victory. It's a good one.
Oh wow, yeah, I totally wasn't
Kinda
paying
credit
Could you
attention. to the movie right
imagine doing a Robert Duvall impression to Jack Nicholson?
Yeah, that's a good point.
It just seems crazy.
Rob, you gotta get rid of the kid. Oh yeah. Oh, he's calling a couple people the kid on this set, man.
I
Guaranteed.
didn't like Northern Exposure, and I don't like you.
That's where I know
Yes.
Rob Morrow from. There he is.
Numbers.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't know Rob Morrow from Numbers.
Yes, he is. He's the
No,
main numbers guy.
no. What I'm saying is, I don't fucking
Oh,
know that
okay.
show.
Well, the bucket list audience knows
Yes,
numbers.
that's definitely for sure
true. That is
their
100%
number is
true.
almost up.
We're constantly lying and making stuff up on this show, but that's one of the truest things ever stated.
They tried to get into the deuce for David Krumholtz, but they were turned away for some reason.
So Morgan Freeman starts jotting down a bucket list, and Jack Nicholson's, but they're becoming buddies at this point. In the cancer montage, they start playing gin together. They're like pals. It's like
Nicholson totally puts Rob Morrow in his place right here, though, because there's an earlier scene where Morgan Freeman's like, "Excuse me, could you please just take a look at my chart?" And Rob Morrow's like, "Who's your doctor?"
yeah.
So like Nicholson gets the terminal diagnosis, and he's like, "Oh, is there anything I can do for you?" He's like, "Yeah, take a look at my friend's chart, scumbag."
Mhm.
and then Morgan Freeman also immediately gets a terminal diagnosis.
Thanks for that.
Oh, you're also dead.
Also, I will say Jack Nicholson has a pretty nice gadget here, and I know it's really meant for people that can't sit up when they watch television. But these mirror glasses that he's got, ooh, baby, I want a pair of those.
Did you read the trivia about those?
That was Nicholson's idea.
He brought him to set from when he was in the hospital.
Yeah.
With probably a heart. I think it was a heart attack.
Oh, did Nicholson have a heart attack?
He was in a hospital right before this.
VD.
Yo, please just tell him it was another heart attack.
So he's writing this bucket list. Nicholson's like, what's that? And we find out what a bucket list is.
It's an exercise in forward thinking. Fuck you.
Oh yeah, Morgan Freeman says that like he learned about it in freshman philosophy class.
Yeah.
What is it? Are you senior auditing this class?
No, that's what Morgan Freeman gives the story about how he went to college for like a year or a semester or
2
something.
months.
Oh, was it 2 months?
It was just 2 months.
And then his wife got pregnant, and so he dropped out, and
he held a grudge against her ever since.
Yeah,
apparently,
Wouldn't you?
So
Maybe.
so Nicholson's like, this is a good idea. We should do this, but none of this. What is this? Make laugh until I cry. Witness something majestic.
Be nice to a stranger.
So let me get this straight. Morgan Freeman's never been kind to a stranger. He's never laughed till he's cried. Like in 60, how old is he supposed to be? 66?
The point is, he's had a miserable life, dude.
Now here's one I can add: kill a hobo.
Hunt a man for sport.
Just like my favorite movie, Surviving the Game. Boy, that iced tea is phenomenal in that.
Drink cat shit, cross that off.
See you later, Eric.
Taste grilled human.
Yo, please.
Dude,
Oh,
that
hell yeah.
we need like the horror movie parody of the bucket list. And it's that shit.
Yeah.
Like people
dude.
bacon.
There's an actual bucket they bring the human flesh up in.
Yes. Yeah.
The choice cuts.
Yeah,
Cut the
exactly.
boy. Oh wait, it's all cannibalism.
Oh, yeah,
Actually, you
it's
could
a
call
heavy-
it choice cuts.
Yeah, you could.
Or you got to do that. You got to do it.
gotta do
Oh
it.
right.
But
You got to kill it.
If you want to get out of here alive while you have some life left, you got to do it. You got to eat this human.
But so he's like, I got an idea, skydiving. And it's like,
Ugh.
whatever. And like he puts out a bunch of stuff. He's like, we should do this. This would be fun. And Morgan Freeman is like, yeah, but I can't, blah, blah, blah. And then like he comes around to his way of thinking. And
Only because of Nicholson, dude. He's like Nicholson gives this impassioned monologue about why he should like tell his family to fuck off and go do this thing, and he's like, "Don't you want to go put some moves on?"
Yeah.
And it's after that line that Morgan Freeman's like, "Say, there's a rich old billionaire's got a point."
But that's every line Nicholson has in this movie. It's like, it's very slow and super wistful, and everything's got a little bit of impact. Like he's never just like, oh, I'll take a turkey sandwich. It's like, I'll have a turkey sandwich, please.
And then you hold the turkey
between your legs and just give me a cheese and tomato sandwich.
I'm sorry. He's very ill. He doesn't actually want that.
In this version, Morgan Freeman gets on some random logger's truck.
Leaves Jack Nicholson in the bathroom. Oh no, turnabout's fair play.
It looks like rain today. It's like, okay, man, could you fucking die? Like, just do a regular line reading.
He's working on Morgan Freeman the whole time though, because he's like, hey Morgan, have you ever thought of suicide?
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
No guilt trip or nothing. Just saying.
Wait, you've never thought of suicide?
And when Morgan Freeman like kind of says yes though, doesn't he? Because then Nicholson reveals that he also
breaks
has
him
contemplated
down.
suicide.
Yeah, sure.
But so they're on the same level though. They're both considering ending their lives.
And so, but like, basically, Morgan Freeman's wife comes in and she's like, "The fuck are you talking about?" Like, A, get chemo, like live longer. B, which is, and that's a person's choice. You know what I mean, right? Like whether or not you want to subject yourself to that. But B, like, be with your family. Like you know what I mean? He's like, I gave everything to this family and fuck them. You know what I mean?
No, but you know what, Steve?
Yeah.
He's got a point.
So did she.
Exactly.
What the fuck?
It's his life.
It is, but the
It's my life.
I do what I want.
the way this movie should be is it's her. You give those lines to her, it's a better movie. If she's like, you know what, you've done everything for this
Yes.
family. You know what I mean? Like, you deserve a trip with this
right.
rich old fucking codger.
But
And try.
so-
By the
listen,
way, when he
this
goes to
put-
sleep, steal his wallet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever you can get out.
It adds conflict to the movie, but at the same time, it's just like, yeah, you're kind of like, let me destroy my life in order to enjoy my
You're
life.
basically Irish goodbying your life.
Yeah,
you know
which
what I
is
mean?
not a bad option. Here's the problem: is even talking to the wife again. He
Yes.
should have just vanished off
That's
the face
right,
of the
dude.
earth.
That's right. Just leave it all in the dust. Be like, I fucking busted my balls for you people for decades. Done.
And then, like, he's having the time of his life, climbing the pyramids and shitting in weird places. And then, like, she's like handing out flyers at the bus station. Where did he go? He's lost.
That's what the movie should be. Or it's like, she's like, they have this huge blowout argument, and she's like, well, I'll be waiting downstairs. And he goes, and then, like, Jack Nicholson comes out of the bathroom, logging truck. And they both run into a logging truck together. There just happens to be a logging truck outside the hospital. No, I've done this before. Trust me, it's gonna work.
It's a good thing we got sick in Lumberton. You know where Blue Velvet took place?
Oh man. So then, like, here's the thing. It's like I am waiting. I am watching paint dry, sad paint dry
Yes.
for this bucket list shit to start. And then it starts, and it's kind of just a really long, like 45-minute montage of bucket listing.
Of green screen bucket.
Oh my God. Dude, I don't know what, like, if you look, I watched the credits all the way through to the end, right?
Oh, I couldn't because Netflix prohibited me from
Oh.
Dude, you have to outsmart Netflix
Oh
these
my
days.
God. And then my thing says, like, oh, like, press the circle button, and then it just fucking shuts it off.
Were they trying to get you to watch that fucking Robert Redford James
Yes,
Fonda
yep,
movie?
yep.
God
Yeah,
damn
yeah.
it!
Yep,
It's like,
yep,
well,
you
what-
like old
yep.
people doing things?
What do you fucking think is going to happen? Of course they're going to recommend that to you. You're watching the bucket list.
It's just
That's
like,
why I spent the $3 and rented on Amazon like
Oh.
you don't.
It might have been.
They
smart
didn't
move.
ask shit.
got ourselves a rich boy. Yeah.
Oh, little fucking rich boy. No, but in the credits, it doesn't.
I rent movies off of Amazon. Sorry.
No, it doesn't say anything about any locations. It just says like thanks to the city of Los Angeles and the
course.
fucking green screen
Lots,
factory
lots of jib jab artists working on this too, not just the photo.
working tirelessly on the. This is some of the fucking flat out worst. Listen,
I wish we could have a green screen factory. Like it's like it's like Pittsburgh. Everyone's got like just putting fucking green to the mat.
green screen factory.
Yeah.
I got the green lawn.
bring jobs back to America.
It's got like that borderline purposeful look, like almost Twin Peaksy.
No, it's fucking high. I'm in Delaware.
Yes,
Like
exactly.
Steve sent that out in our text chain last night. Like, look at this Wayne's World green screen.
It's the first one is the skydiving thing. They're in a plane.
Oh,
And like I have to admit, I'm so sad that I was tricked by. I was like, oh, did they really skydive? And I'm like, of course they didn't. You
No,
have two skeletons attached to two skydivers by the end of it.
you know what I think part of it is though, because it actually looks this bad, and I suspect it's a little bit of both. We've got some green screening.
Mm-hmm.
But we also have real skydiving footage with their faces computer
Yes,
put on.
no,
it.
yeah.
That's the jib jab.
Like there's a shot of Morgan Freeman where he's like Yahoo, and his face just looks like it's someone's wearing a fucking Morgan Freeman Halloween costume.
That's Twin Peaks. It looks like a fucking like a ghost. Ghost took it over.
Oh
It's
my
disgusting.
god,
It's,
it's so disturbing.
And to Eric's point, this is living.
Oh,
moment.
yeah.
Yes, that was my point.
Welcome back to the Skydiving News Network. Everyone be careful. We got a couple of bucket listers out there.
I got a couple of bucket listers looking to possibly do themselves in. I don't know what they're thinking. A jump like that, and with the wind we got today, they're gonna get shredded to bits.
There's some fucking amateurs up in the zone, ladies and gentlemen.
There's somewhere. Oh, before they jump out of the plane, Jack Nicholson like has some line, and Morgan Freeman's like, "What's that? Who said that?" And he's like, "The sequel." And he's like, "What sequel?" And that's what I called my second wife.
Oh, yeah. He's got
Boom! fuck you, lady. Slammed. I guess because Nicholson, it says he's been married 4 times.
How dare that woman fall in love with me?
My third wife was so young, I called her the prequel.
Oh, well done. Well done. That's one of those weird. You get these with these like sleazy characters.
Then
where
I
they're
met
like,
up with her again and remarried her, and I called it the re-release because there was extra stuff on there that didn't look real.
Yeah, she was a real Jar Jar Binks in the sack.
Hold on, I gotta call my spin-off. That's my mistress.
And then, sometimes I go out for a movie of the week.
Uh-oh, reboot divorce. Apologies, you were going to say something real.
I don't even remember.
You were going to
now.
stop being polite and start getting real.
Oh,
shit,
fuck yeah. Is anyone else's favorite Real World season London?
I got to go Seattle on that
Seattle.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
Seattle.
Okay.
I
Big time.
didn't really watch it much.
Seattle was
Just
the shit, though. I was also a big
random eps.
Boston head.
one. Oh, Boston's, yeah. I would go Seattle 1, Boston 2.
Was it? But here's, I think, Seattle, they were working at a radio station.
Yeah,
weren't they?
yeah,
Fuck,
that's
fuck.
That I'm not crazy. Seattle's the one with Cab Slap, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Big time. Oh, I was trying to buy some time there to think about what I was saying.
But now you're thinking about Real World.
Yeah, I know. Well, no. So he's one of these characters that they're like, oh yeah, I love marriage so much, I keep doing it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's fucking tired.
So we do the skydive thing. It looks terrible.
So bad.
And then they do this, like, they get like a couple of cool GTO cars and they're on a racetrack.
And this part was kind of cool. I'll tell you right now. I one time was at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and I don't follow NASCAR. I know a lot of people love it. I
You
just don't
saw
happen to follow.
Dale Earnhardt die.
No, I was not present that day.
Okay.
I was actually working at the multiplex that day, funny enough. One of our managers came in and was quite distraught that number
really?
3 had
Yeah, we
passed
had to
away.
close the theater.
No, that didn't happen. Come on, we're a capitalist society. That didn't happen.
Did they bury the car too?
I think he was buried in a car.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
No, but my father-in-law got this thing where like you could drive your car on the racetrack.
Oh, cool.
Listen, it was awesome. I would totally do this one. I wouldn't do the skydiving one. I would totally do
It
drive a
looks
cool
like fun,
car.
But are they like kind of not bumper cars? What's the demolition derby kind of cars? Like 'cause
No,
they
they're
are
not.
slamming into each
They're
No,
other.
they're
super
just being
hot
assholes.
But that's the thing. Nicholson is a fucking billionaire. And it's like, yeah, I bought these cars. We can fuck them right up. I'll buy the whole racetrack.
By the way, the insurance alone to let us on here set me back $5 million.
I think, did anyone else feel that like his net worth is like fluctuating in this movie? Because
It's ill-defined.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's more what I mean. Because he seems at one point, like obviously in the beginning of the movie, he's rich, but then at one point he's like, "I built this $1 billion empire from." I was like, $1 billion.
He does drop the B word late in the movie. You're like, wow, I didn't know you were a billionaire.
Yeah, that's like, ugh.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're a billionaire, dude, you can like pay to get all that cancer like ripped out of your body and put like
Of
robot
course.
parts in.
Exactly. Just like bathe in virgin blood.
That's why Jeff Bezos is going to live forever.
Exactly.
Robot parts.
And
Definitely.
eating iguana.
Oh, is that something?
Yeah, he ate.
Wait,
there's a picture of him eating
Hold
iguana.
on a second.
Whole?
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah.
Raw?
No,
Live?
cooked, and like he just takes the piece out.
Is
and
that
eating it.
weird just because we're white people in America?
Probably.
You know what I'm saying?
I've
Like,
eaten snake.
yeah, of
It's
course.
trust me, it's not the iguana. It's weird. It's fucking reptilian fucking Bezos.
Actually,
It's
that's
weird
that's
fucking.
oh, you're
the
right.
thing.
It's
I was,
cannibalism.
I was
That's
just
the
about to
problem.
say he looks like a fucking iguana himself. That's totally right.
Also, I mean, if Jeff Bezos is going to eat snake, he's going to eat Snake Plissken. Like he's going to
Oh
eat Kurt
my
fucking Russell.
God, no.
That's where his
No.
eye went.
Dude,
No,
if Jeff Bezos
stop
fucked
him.
with Kurt Russell,
Stop him.
he'd have to fuck with me.
Exactly.
That's the prequel. That's the prequel to Escape from New York.
I don't care how many drones he sends after us. I don't care how many packages mysterious that wind up on my doorstep.
Dude, you see
Full
this
of
new
bombs.
this new Amazon solution to modern problems?
What's
that?
that?
They're gonna announce a fucking thing where like the delivery person will drop something off in the trunk of your car.
What?
Get out of my fucking shit, Amazon.
Totally.
Leave me alone.
It's okay to leave something at a door.
Oh, Amazon's gonna read your emails for you. Don't worry. It'll save you time if Amazon reads your emails and tells you about them later.
Your account is overdrawn, so we decide to rig your car to explode.
Actually, before the race car thing, I just realized there's a quick one that the movie does not do this right. One of the things on the bucket list was get a tattoo.
Oh shit, dude!
They cut to a tattoo parlor. Nicholson, I'm pretty sure, is getting a tattoo of his own face.
He is.
It's a caricature. It's a boardwalk caricature of himself on a surfboard.
Everybody likes dune buggies.
It's like, dude, on his arm. I'm like, dude, you are the vainest fuck that ever lived. But
I
also,
love
that's
it.
a terrible tattoo.
I love it, dude. A caricature tattoo, my God. But then Morgan Freeman's like, nah, I'm not going to do it. And then Nicholson has the line, oh, what are you worried? They're not going to bury you in a Jewish cemetery? I got to laugh out of that.
Yeah, it's a fine joke.
But for screenwriting purposes and character development purposes, the cut is Morgan Freeman's in the chair, getting a tattoo. It just cuts. And that's the end of it.
It's the end of that sequence.
It's like, no. He needs to get that tattoo, man.
Get a caricature of him in the speed car, in the race car there.
Oh, wow. Actually, this tattoo of me on a dune buggy looks quite sharp.
This never happens in the movie, but he really needs to throw it in his face that he's paying for this shit. He's like, I'm paying for it. Sit in the chair.
Yeah,
You're going to
that's
get
right.
me on a motorcycle.
I already bought the Groupon.
Also, I think it's in this moment where Nicholson's getting some ink done that Morgan Freeman reveals he's only slept with his wife ever in his life, to which Nicholson
who he hates.
Yeah. Oh, big time. To which Nicholson responds that in order to make up for lost time, he'd have to participate in an orgy.
Yep.
Never hang out with anybody that jokingly suggests an orgy. Unless
that
you're
ain't
doing
a joke. No, that ain't a joke.
I mean, if you're
Really?
in an
I
orgy,
guess
you're
I'm gonna
gonna
have to leave this show then.
if you're
Chris Cabin.
Oh, I did no.
if you're an orgy guy and you're hanging out,
I'm not an orgy guy.
There's literally nothing wrong with orgies, but never if you're not into orgies and not interested in having them with people you hang out with, never hang out with somebody that jokingly suggests an orgy.
Wow, I guess we can't be friends anymore. Well, not just me, but like I don't know why you're putting up barriers against people, Steve.
I'm
Well,
building
because Steve
walls.
just doesn't want to get caught fist deep in an orgy. That's the
But
problem.
it's just like, oh yeah, wouldn't it be hilarious, Morgan Freeman, if we perfect strangers had an orgy?
And
Not
here's-
that I'm suggesting it,
Because-
unless you
yeah.
said yes.
The person who brings up the orgy is the one who wants to have the orgy.
No,
Yes,
but Nicholson
that's
promises he wouldn't participate.
No, he's getting in there.
He says, I wouldn't even have to be there.
Yeah, dude. And then like
Film
exactly.
the whole thing though.
Yeah,
You
you
know
put a-
why? Here's the thing. Because it's what I like to call the next thing you know kind of situation. You're saying one thing and everybody's having a fucking laugh about this orgy, and then the next thing you know, there's 20 people around. You're all laying on the floor fucking. The next thing
Yeah.
you know.
They're chanting and there's torches and someone's getting killed.
the end of that movie, The Kill List.
I just imagine Jack Nicholson in that orgy. Like, the sex movie of my life has gone to TV. You're episode 1. You're episode 2. Carter, you're episode 3.
And it's like that obnoxious American television where there's 22 episodes in a season for some reason.
Now this is living.
I am so rich, I call John Cameron Mitchell to direct my orgy.
Short Bus is my favorite movie.
You know, I got an angry inch myself.
So we move on. As a show, as a society,
You know what, Steve? We sure do.
you got to do it, and we move on to whatever. Like, what's the next thing? We're in the safari in.
No, well, briefly, yes, with the safari, it's like 2
It's
seconds.
kind of montagey for a bit.
It's
like
super. I mean, this movie's a montage.
It's a total. I mean, this is the bucket list montage. And Morgan Freeman makes some line about like, oh, this next thing we're gonna do, but I promised. Like, I guess Nicholson wanted to go big game hunting, and like he made him agree that they'd only like go on the safari and watch the animals or whatever. I think this is where
I'm gonna just watch Don Jr. do it.
This is where that narration uselessly kicks back in, and he's like, "Oh yeah," and Jack Nicholson still wanted to fire the rifle though, and then this was another trailer moment. He fires the high-powered rifle and falls over.
But like, he's a rich guy. Like, hasn't he done all this shit before? Like, haven't you ever thought to go skydiving? Like,
Yeah, I mean, it seems like he was just watching TV his whole life.
No, well, he says something at some point about like his life was his work, so
Oh,
he was
I
like
see.
always at the office and whatever else.
So he's-
Also, we're definitely singing the fucking the Tokens in the Jungle.
oh my God, right.
And
But I
just-
guess with poignantly, it's in the jungle, the mighty jungle. The lion sleeps tonight, guys. It's like, dude, just fucking sing a song.
Well, I think it was a thing where Nicholson was like, "All right, Rob, is this a real movie? Do you want me to help you make a real movie or like a Rob Reiner movie?"
It's going to be a Rob Reiner one there, Jack.
That's what I fucking thought. I saw North.
But the worst part about it is they sing it like as a gag, and that's a fine gag.
Sure.
If you're playing to old people, but then they play it.
Yeah, well,
Well,
I'd
you
rather
gotta.
hear the Tokens sing the
Well,
song.
sure,
man.
yeah.
It's a good tune.
But are these all because they play Tush, ZZ Top's Tush, but it's old cover like some old dude covering it, so they don't have to pay the royalties.
I'm not
Oh, is that
familiar with
right?
Tush. I'll be honest.
I'm just looking for some Tush from ZZ Top.
No, I don't do orgies, my friend.
Oh, okay.
Well, the next thing you know, dude, you're listening to ZZ Top.
Suddenly, I'm hot for teacher.
That's
there's also
Van Halen, my friend.
Oh
Yeah,
boy!
yeah,
shit.
I just stopped 70 tweets.
Wow.
Oh, you
Thank
didn't
God.
stop them.
Thank you. You're a hero.
But also,
he's a good guy with a tweet.
also, I will say thank God this movie did not come out in 2016 or 2018 because the millennial jokes would be nuts.
Oh,
It would,
God.
that's true.
It would just be like, did you see how much that guy spent on a cup of coffee that didn't have cat shit in it?
Sean Hayes, why do I have to hire a social media expert?
Yep. Oh, big
Oh.
time. They'd be gramming the whole trip, dude.
You know, I tried to talk to my grandson. He was staring at his phone the whole darn time.
Oh, wow. That went Maynard real hard.
Yeah. It's
I'm going to call you out on that.
Why do they need an iPhone when you got an eye? Why don't you just look at things?
Quit taking pictures of your food.
Eat it.
We need a new face for these fucking hospitals. Get me that PewDiePie thing.
Oh, my God.
Could you take down that YouTube video of me yelling that I'm going to tear out your eyes and piss down your dead skull? It was the heat of the moment kind of thing.
Those were the PCP years.
Oh, wow. There's also a weirdo thing where this is where I realized, because the first introduction of the private jet is around here.
Ugh.
And this is where I realized, like, oh, he's more rich than I thought he was
Yes.
initially. I thought they were just like flying around, because you don't see how they get to some of these places until this scene where Morgan Freeman is sleeping and Nicholson clearly fucks the flight attendant. Well done.
Well, that's okay. Is that the flight attendant, or did he ask a hooker to fly with them?
I think it's the second one.
Yeah.
Well, it would have to be.
There's hookers later in the
You're
film.
telling me Jack Nicholson, looking
Uh-huh.
like the Penguin,
Yeah.
is like fucking the stewardess that he's hired for like fucking
Yeah.
years, I assuom.
What
It's-
planet are you on, man? Motherfucking money talks.
I guess, but like
You'd fuck a billionaire that looked like Jack Nicholson?
for the billion.
Yeah. No, I think it's a thing where like he's supposed to be so charming.
No.
Oh.
You don't think so?
No, incorrect.
But so what? They're just flying around with this prostitute?
Well, I would love the reverse shot of her just sitting there knitting or playing on her iPhone while they're fucking talking about life and death and the polar caps.
Well, that's the thing is right after I guess this alleged prostitute fucking happens. Jack Nicholson's like, oh, what's that? You believe in God? And they kind of have that discussion for a little bit.
Yeah.
And you're just
All
like,
right, she's distracted. I'm going to shove her off the plane.
well, skydive again. Look, it's part 5. Now I got a box set.
No,
got a habit.
The move is he has an Air Force One-esque escape pod for this sex worker.
Yep.
She just goes in.
Or they eat her.
Or they eat her.
Oh, or they
Cannibalism.
eat her.
Yeah.
Conversely,
Just do it.
Or
you got to do it.
You got to do
gotta
it.
eat
Sorry.
So they go to the French mountains to have dinner at a nice restaurant that Jack Nicholson says he's been dining at for 30 years, and you're the first man I've taken here.
Oh, that's a joke.
Yeah, you can hear the fucking door slam on that.
And he's
joke.
like, I want a rabbit stew, some sausage. Oh, you're a hungry boy, aren't you?
And then this is where Morgan Freeman's chest explodes.
Oh, dude, this is disgusting.
I couldn't even believe it because I didn't know they set up this gadget
You know,
inside
I
of
thought
him.
like sometimes I could eat enough that I'd burst, but this guy actually does it.
It's like Morgan Freeman gets up, and I thought it was a thing, honestly, where he shit his pants.
Yes.
I thought he shit his pants at this 5-star French mountain restaurant, and he runs into the bath. He's like, excuse me. And he runs away, and Jack Nicholson follows him into the bathroom, and like he's cleaning off his shirt, and there's just blood everywhere. And even this is enough to even disgust Jack Nicholson.
Dude, you never should have looked down that egg when Michael Fassbender said, look down that egg. I told you.
And he's like, my catheter exploded or something. And Nicholson's like, they can do that?
Catheter to what, though? Out of your chest? I mean, it's something I'm unfamiliar
I don't know.
with.
I have no
guys-
idea.
Am I the only one that pisses out of their chest?
I mean, I
Fucking
guess
chest pisser.
I
I'm
guess
still
that's
working on
easier
my
for-
medical
maybe
degree.
It's easier for like chest injections.
It's
if you
called
take-
the sizzle chest.
Yes.
Oh, that's what a
Silly ass.
sizzle chest is.
In the
I
parlance.
always wanted to do on my bucket list. It was a prank call to the Jerky Boys themselves.
Really get them. What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
This is for Brett Weir.
I saw that movie. Brett Weir was the most stand-up citizen in the whole fucking thing.
Just pretend this is a stereotypical Asian voice. You're stupid.
Hello, Johnny Brennan. I was at your mother's house the other day, and I fell down the stairs and my shoes fell off. Yes, I'll hold.
Yeah, where are those tiles that were supposed to be delivered? Put me on with whoever's in charge.
Hold on 1 minute. Sean Hayes, does this mean I have to buy a tile factory to make it really work?
He's that invested in the prank call.
It's on the bucket list, man. He gets Nicholson gets a cell phone call from Freeman's wife, who's like, "Where is he? Oh my god!"
Yeah, yep.
And
Also, why doesn't fucking Morgan Freeman have a cell phone? Or
No,
is he
but
ghosting her?
She's calling Nicholson to
His-
be like, "Could you please give my husband
His
back?"
French castle. They're after.
What?
They're at Nicholson's like French castle. It's
I
not a
guess
cell phone.
they call the estate
Yeah.
or whatever.
Oh.
And he's taking a bath upstairs.
But like, no, but she wants to talk to him because she's like, "Dude, you don't know what you're doing. This guy, like, he doesn't know, but he wants to be around his family. He wants to do this. You know what I mean? Like, he needs to be here because, like, fuck, he's got grandkids he's not seeing."
Yeah.
But at the same
yeah.
time, like, who gives a shit about grandkids? Who gives a fuck about your children? Like, in a way,
I
right?
agree. Yeah,
Like,
no,
you're
I'm by
living
that.
your life in your own terms. You're gonna die. There is actually it borderlines on millennial talk. Is Morgan Freeman at one point? It's like they never worked a day in their lives. You know? So
Yeah.
I don't
They
think
never
he's-
wanted for anything.
They never
They
wanted
wanted for anything.
Yeah, not work.
oh, what's that mean?
They never like needed. They weren't ever hard up. They didn't need things.
'Cause
like
I
Morgan Freeman provided them.
sacrificed-
everything.
Yeah, well, I guess what I'm getting at
Yes,
is that
it's like-
Morgan Freeman's like, I did everything. I took apart cars for them.
Yeah,
You
and
know what?
this-
Just get a job in a mechanic shop, and you can pay off college with $340 like I did. That's easy to do.
Then 46 years passed. Well, and that's the other great thing about this whole speech. Morgan Freeman is doing it from the bathtub.
He's in the bathtub.
Is this his first?
Watching Jeopardy, which by we didn't mention, but
loves-
he's a
God.
fucking ace at
He loves Jeopardy.
He knows everything.
And the weird thing is, they filmed
What
this
is
scene.
everything?
They filmed this Jeopardy for the movie. It
Really?
wasn't found. It wasn't like found
What?
Jeopardy footage.
Yeah, it was. That's
Oh my god, I want a found footage film starring Alex Trebek.
in Burkittsville, Maryland, in the early 90s. There was a group of people that went out into the woods looking for Alex Trebek. What remains of them is these tape reels that were found.
Oh look, I found some of his mustache hair here in the river.
I
But he
just,
shaved his mustache.
I just imagine Alex Trebek would make a movie about the biggest Alex Trebek fans.
Oh sure.
he always seemed to me very pompous. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, he's an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who loves me the
all
most?
I'm going to say is you earn what he earned. You could do what you want.
That's true. I'd be an
Yeah,
asshole
sure.
too. More of an asshole than I am now. The
Man,
other
Alex
thing,
Trebek's bucket list, or what is Alex Trebek's bucket list?
That one, the one we had about killing and eating people, that's
Yeah.
Alex Trebek.
I
Big
think
time.
I would not bat an eye if he's actually tasted human flesh.
No.
Alex
In like
Trebek?
yeah, in like a meaningful way.
what is delicious?
Do you think he hates Pat Sajak or
Yes.
is cordial? Or
Almost as much as I hate
Everyone
Pat Sajak.
hates
No,
Pat
he's
Sajak.
cordial because he's so pathetic to him.
Oh, he's got
that he
it
doesn't
all
even
wrong.
have to. He doesn't even have to do it.
Oh yeah, it's
Why
like a fly,
bother?
It's like a fly going around a god.
You know, it's the knockout Ali never gave him. You know.
Yeah, let them buzz.
But Pat Sajak's always had Vanna White. Like Alex Trebek never had a beautiful
He doesn't
assistant.
need it, man.
That's
He is the beauty.
Oh,
and
that's
the
actually
brain
true.
And the brawn.
That's right. And the mustache. He should grow that back.
He should. He did briefly, and then he got rid of it again.
That's fucked up.
It's a tease. It's a
Fucking
tease move.
asshole.
It's
Fuck
fucked
you.
up though. This makes no sense to what Steve was saying about how they filmed Special Jeopardy. Because if you look in the credits, it's like, and Alex Trebek as himself.
Sure.
That should have been a thing where, like, one of the answers given on the program was something that inspires them to go do a thing.
Or
Sure,
the fucking
but there's-
shit coffee. Reveal it here on
Yes,
Jeopardy.
Yes.
Or Morgan Freeman on his bucket list always wanted to go on Jeopardy. Guess where Morgan Freeman goes? It's him and Rosie Perez, and they fucking go against each
That'd be
other.
amazing.
And let me tell you something. I had never seen this movie until last night. Like I mentioned, I was looking through the credits on IMDb. I saw and Alex Trebek as himself.
Sure.
I saw the first 5 minutes of the movie where Morgan Freeman was watching Jeopardy. I was like, boom. They go to fucking Los Angeles and he is on Jeopardy. What a mistake!
But also,
Right.
you can spend so much less money by hiring a research department that's like, find me a Jeopardy where these kinds of clues come up, and then you find those, and then you show them to fucking Rob Reiner's face,
What?
and it's over with.
What a job, by the way, sifting through years of Jeopardy history. Professional Jeopardy researcher. That's not half bad.
So you do Celebrity Jeopardy, and then it's like, oh, unprecedented. We're gonna have a contest winner
Right.
Oh.
be on the Celebrity Jeopardy.
Oh, shit.
I rigged the contest, right? Boom. Then
Me
you
and Trebek are old friends.
oh yeah, like we killed a girl together. They're rich people. They do shit like that all
the time. All the time.
The answer is, what is we're square now? This makes a square.
Oh,
So
by
this-
the way, they go to
we go to the pyramids.
Yes,
Yes,
my
yes.
God, I
This is
wanted
the
to
most
talk
important
about
part of the
this.
movie. They
Yep.
go to the pyramids, and I think at the dinner in France, Nicholson kind of basically Freeman strong arms was like, no, we have to do this. We have to keep going. At the dinner in France, Nicholson drops that he has a daughter, which is a big surprise in the movie. And then in the middle of this, like, they kind of talk about, like, you know, they're sitting on top of pyramids because they're fucking
they
gods
fucking-
among
Did they
men.
climb those?
Good question.
yeah.
Because
Yep.
then they're like the wings of desire angels,
Yes.
just hanging out. Like
Peter
we
Falk
should-
is next to them.
We should pan down like 700 feet to their corpses.
Yes.
At like the bottom of this
fucking
fucking.
sizzling in the sun with the fucking vultures already there.
Sean
Hiya,
Hayes is
fellas.
trying to revive them, doing frantic CPR. I guess we got to go back to our bodies.
Well, hey there, fellas. Nice to see you. It looks like I beat you to the punch by a couple of years.
But so Nicholson kind of it's a story about like, oh, how Egyptians find heaven is they have to answer these two questions. You know, was your life joyful and did you bring joy to others?
Right.
And Nicholson goes into this fucking insane story for this movie that does nothing to do with it.
It's wild. This movie has quite a turn.
It's just like Nicholson sitting on top of this thing, and he's like, yeah, you know, my daughter, you know, she was great. You know, we got divorced, and it was Christmas cards and birthdays, and that was it. Then she went to college, and then she met this guy, and I never liked the guy, but they got married anyway. And even though I said that I didn't like the guy just for no reason, I wasn't invited to the wedding. And Morgan Freeman's like, wow, that might have hurt. And he's like, yeah, it did. By the way, he started hitting her, and I'm like, wow.
Well, and it's the way he says it, though,
Yeah.
because he's like, they got married and I wasn't at the wedding. I didn't approve or whatever. So the first time he hit her,
Yeah.
I did nothing.
Yeah.
And she passed it off and blah, blah, blah. The second time he did it, I called up a couple of guys I know and took care of it like a father would. I was like any father would contact the mafia?
But he also even says it's the weirdest line in any movie. He's like, but I didn't kill him.
Yeah.
He even says like, nah, all right, I know what you're thinking.
It would have been easier if you did.
Yeah.
Just make him disappear, dude.
I could have had the full ounce. I got the half ounce.
Dude, it just
Clap for me.
It made
You
me,
want the monkey to kill him?
We
made
cut
me-
off his arm and we ate it in front of him.
It made me think of if it was The Godfather and Jack Nicholson's beating the shit out of this guy with a fucking garbage can.
Sure.
top.
That would
That
be
would be
great.
pretty cool. Give me that fucking
Give me a flashback.
But no, Steve, you have to follow that up with, but I didn't kill him.
Yeah.
Because of course you could have killed him.
Sure.
If someone's like, hey man, this thing went down and I called these pipe hitting motherfuckers and took care of it. And then the person is sitting there listening to you with their jaw open. You, of course, have to follow up with, oh, by the way, I didn't have him killed.
No.
I know what you're thinking. No, I didn't have him killed. But you just got to do it.
The amount of secretaries we had to turn away for Mr. Trump was insane.
But I mean, like, here I am. I'm having the most regular, degular hamburger I've ever had. And then Rob Reiner throws a bunch of fucking cayenne pepper, domestic abuse spice all over it. And I'm like, this is disgusting now. Like, it was bland and nothing before, but now it's disgusting.
It's a real turn for the bucket list.
It is.
So they discuss whether or not they want to be buried or cremated. They decide on
Oh,
cremation.
This is in India. And this is one of my favorite.
Oh, right. They go to the
things.
Taj Mahal.
Yeah.
They go
Right.
in there, and Morgan Freeman is telling this story about like this guy, one of the Shahs like loved his wife
Yeah.
and like all this stuff, and he's like, and he built this with 20,000 volunteers. It's Morgan Freeman saying this.
Yeah.
And Jack Nicholson is the one who has to correct him and be like, I don't think they were volunteers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
that's
something.
great.
But then
And
you
then-
also see Jack Nicholson throw a bunch of like pennies at these people. It is the most disgusting tone deaf shot of this movie. It's a bunch of like, Indian people that are like begging for money, and he's like, "Yeah, there you go." And
Get
it's like,
away.
So they can't climb a mountain because it's snowing.
the Himalayas.
the
That was
Himalayas.
that's Morgan Freeman's number one bucket list thing is witness something majestic.
Right.
Dormammu, I've come to negotiate. It's Jack.
Dude, Jack Nicholson in like the early 80s would have been a spectacular Doctor Strange.
Which is of Eastwick era. He could
Yes,
have done it.
yes.
Wow, yeah, dude, just tie it in. Make a sequel to that movie. Just
because he
make
plays
it-
he plays like the devil
He's the
in
devil.
that movie.
He's the devil
Yeah.
in that movie.
Oh yeah, dude. That's almost like Doctor Strange.
I kind of got to watch that movie. I never saw it.
it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
pretty good.
Yeah. It's Angelica Houston's in that movie too.
And
Oh,
Michelle
yes.
Pfeiffer.
yeah.
Cher. It's
Oh,
Cher.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Oh, yeah.
Cher, Susan Sarandon, and Michelle Pfeiffer.
What am I? Oh, I'm thinking of what's that movie?
The Witches.
Yes,
with Angelica.
which is also
Oh
Strange.
my god, that is a terrifying movie.
I love that movie.
I couldn't watch it. The trailer freaked me out as a
Re-
kid.
I
Yeah.
watched it as a kid
You-
and it scarred me for life.
You know who directed though, right?
Rob
was-
Reiner.
Mr. Bean.
Nicholas Rogue.
Oh, really?
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
So moving along, they go to Hong Kong where Jack Nicholson tries to set a prostitute on Morgan Freeman.
Well, the idea is
Descend upon him, sweetheart.
Go, my minions, fly.
You're one of my witches now. I'm the devil. That's why I run hospitals.
In America specifically.
So this woman comes. You don't know if she's a sex worker at first. He sits down,
Yeah.
and she's like flirting with him, and like she's like, "Wow, that's so interesting." It's like, "I was gonna go to the Himalayas," and she's like, "Oh, this is too late in the season." And like they kind of, she's like, I never do this. And she looks like a model, and she's like, "Would you like to come up to my room for a while?" I was like,
Prostitute alert.
yeah, exactly. All you have to do is grab your wallet real quick, like it's still there. Yeah, no, thank you, I'm fine.
Well, yeah, because she was seduced by this like long religious diatribe he
Yes.
goes on, and she's like, after that, she's just shook.
No,
And this
she
guy was
wasn't.
an
She
old mangy
wasn't.
cat.
She wasn't seduced by shit cabin. She's a sex worker.
Well, yeah.
And I thought that's what I thought. I was like, oh, is that the gag? And then like he goes upstairs and it's Jack Nicholson and Sean Hayes, by the way, I have to mention, is going on his own little bucket list, just kind of hanging out with.
He's hanging out, but you better believe he's gonna stand back. I don't want you anywhere near this trip unless I fucking need you.
I don't want you seeing any pyramids. You stay in the hotel.
It's just him. He makes him follow them around when he's got a blindfold on. No. You don't get to share in this majesty.
But so Morgan Freeman's like, "We're gonna go home now. I'm sick of it." And
Because we should say Morgan Freeman turns down the advance of this woman. He's like,
Yes.
he can't. Here's interesting. He can't bring himself to say I'm married.
Yeah.
He's like, hamina.
Yeah.
And she's like, good for you. And
Yeah.
walks away.
and she's like, "You know what? I'm getting paid anyway. Good deal for everybody."
Oh, she was
Everybody's
paid in advance.
Mhm. So then Morgan Freeman comes up and he's like, "I'm not gonna do it." And he's like, "That was a prostitute, right?" And he's like, "Yes, it was."
Congratulations, you passed.
You sure you don't want to? But then Morgan Freeman does get to scratch off one thing from his bucket list, which was he always wanted to jerk off in Hong Kong.
Right,
You know?
right,
Oh, of
right.
course. Well, who doesn't?
I've always
Yeah.
wanted to masturbate in Hong Kong. Thank you very much.
Hey, Mr. Wayne, are you sure I can't accompany you to Hong Kong? Got a thing I'd like to take care of.
Can we part these curtains? Can we get this window view here?
Oh, these windows don't open, huh? That was part of the bucket list wish.
Can I get a different room then?
That's more like it, Mr. Wayne.
Jerking off out this open window in Hong Kong. Look out below.
Can we take the window out?
Here comes Lucius Fox.
Oh man.
Here it comes, of course.
So then you go home, and on the drive home, Jack Nicholson's like, "Oh, this isn't the way to Morgan Freeman's house."
Yep.
We wind up in front of Jack Nicholson's daughter's house. Jack Nicholson goes ape shit.
Dude, he is Nicholsoning out on Morgan Freeman
Yeah.
right here. I didn't think he had it in him.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
does it. He pulls it off.
This is the billionaire. Here he is. This
Yep.
is who I've been waiting to fucking see.
Yep, this is the fucking Ebenezer Scrooge right here, man. He gives it to this dude hardcore.
Fuck you for thinking I cared about you. Goodbye.
It's like,
Yep.
This was fucking fun. That was it.
Yeah.
It would be great if you sent him a bill.
Oh, you thought I was paying for this?
That's why I had Sean Hayes come with us. He's just tabbing it up.
He's keeping all the receipts.
You know that mineral water you had in Hong Kong? It wasn't cheap. It's like itemized for everything he's ever
absolutely.
eaten and everything.
That mint you borrowed from me when we were going to the Hong Kong restaurant, I've got that one.
So then we have an incredibly sad sequence of Morgan Freeman goes home. He has a nice dinner with his family. They pray to the Lord Jesus Christ.
Absolutely.
Morgan Freeman.
Who comes down to the table
That's right.
because they were doing a seance.
And then
Played by Willem Dafoe again, reprising his role.
Exactly.
Here I am again. Knock, knock.
This
Morgan
is
Freeman has a little like dancing with his wife, sweet moment. They go upstairs.
Oh,
He's like,
dude.
oh, I'm feeling like a teenager.
But this is being intercut with Jack. So, but first of
Yeah.
all, Morgan Freeman's house might be nicer than Jack Nicholson's. It's enormous.
It is.
it's not
crazy.
bad.
It's a big, it's all like soft brown lighting. It's very nice. And then you get to fucking Jack Nicholson's cold blue apartment.
Yep.
He's alone. He tries to, while they're having a nice family meal.
Oh my
It's my
God.
favorite part of the entire movie.
This is
He-
great.
He tries to open up this like prepackaged rotisserie chicken and he can't get it going. So he starts smashing it with his fat Jack Nicholson fist.
Wait, I thought you were going to say this was when he's hired 2 more prostitutes and
Yes.
he's crying looking out the window.
Yeah.
And then you hear one of the women go like, is he crying? Oh, dude, it's so sad.
Did those hookers see him punch his meal?
Yes.
Also,
yeah.
dude, you're Jack Nicholson. What are you getting fucking Hungry Man's for? You're whatever this guy is. Go to the best restaurant in LA, have it delivered
Nope,
to
nope,
you.
You got
nope,
it
nope,
delivered
nope.
to him earlier.
Yes.
Nope. And I'll tell you right now, do you know
Uh-huh.
how fucking scrumtralescent grocery store rotisserie chicken is? Look out, dude.
I had to buy it. It says Hungry Jack.
No, those are potatoes, aren't they?
I don't know.
The little potato flakes.
I don't know.
Hungry
I don't
Jack.
know. I'm a billionaire, so I would.
Hungry Man, you mean?
Yeah, I guess
Hungry
so.
Man.
Hungry
Hungry
Man.
I thought there was a Hungry Jack.
There is Hungry Jack, and I believe it's like
Potato
instant
flakes, I think.
potatoes.
Yeah, it's potato flakes.
It's like add flakes.
Wow.
Add a bunch of your fucking kids' dandruff to boiling water. Hungry Jack potatoes,
There's
man.
hardly any lice in it.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, we don't get the very speaking of this period of his career, the confident prostitute fucker of The Departed. Yeah,
Yeah.
where he's like throwing coke at people.
Yes, that's what he wishes it was.
I kind of imagine that's what would happen if Morgan Freeman had sex with that woman. Like in Hong Kong, like the
Right.
door opens and Jack Nicholson's in a robe and he just throws coke all over Morgan Freeman's
Yes.
body.
Have fun, kids.
Oh, I'm joining room for one more.
But they just missed the trifecta, though, in this Jack Nicholson sad sackery because it's punching a rotisserie chicken. It's crying out the window and ignoring prostitutes. But then what you're missing is that classic then his dick don't work.
oh,
That's
nice.
and he gets really and he's punching his own dick. Come on. It's like jump starting a lawnmower. Like, come on.
But so Morgan Freeman, after this beautiful night with his wife,
It's like Thanksgiving dinner.
It
like
is.
they really lay it on heavy.
I mean, also by
Motherfucker,
the way,
it could be his final meal, Cabin. Come on.
if I was Morgan Freeman's wife, I would be so excited. It's a knock at the door. It's Morgan Freeman. He's got a hang dog expression in a bag.
Yep.
I'd look at him and be like, "What, did the money run out?" You know what I mean? Give him a real fucking dig.
No, it's time to end it, dude. Mend those fences and come
No,
home.
that lady should be really excited because she sees her new boyfriend behind her in his Lamborghini and she just walks around him.
Oh my God, blows him off.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I'm busy tonight. Yeah, you abandoned me.
It's
Blew
so-
me off for
It's-
weeks on end.
Instead, in the actual film, the text we're talking about tonight,
Dome.
they are getting ready to fuck.
And
She goes into the room,
Putting
to-
something nice
some
on.
negligee.
Yeah. Yeah. And
They're
then
gonna fuck.
he fucking drops. He
f-
drops.
Exactly. He
Like a
gets-
sack of fucking Hungry Jack potatoes.
Oh, dude, you can't get that out of the carpet.
No, and it's fucked up. It's so fucking cruel. She's like, "Where did you go, Morgan Freeman?" And then you look,
floppy feet.
It's 2 feet or flip flopping. Fucking come on,
First
bro.
of
Also, by
all-
the way, this woman's bucket list. She wants some more dick before she dies. This woman has been waiting for weeks for her fucking
There's-
husband.
Nope.
One last thing.
Can I just say, there's more dick where that came from.
Oh, that's actually a really great point.
He's flopping around like a suffocating fish.
By the way,
It's fucking
the
tragic.
prequel to Funny Funeral, Floppy Feet.
You think she would have heard him collapse?
Yeah, or a little
He's
oof.
He's a tall dude. He's
Yeah.
gonna make a sound.
You're totally right, man. That's fucked up. If a Morgan Freeman falls in a bedroom and no one's around to hear it, does he still make a thud?
He doesn't fall at all. Then really.
So she calls the cops.
Arrest this man. He won't fuck me because he's dying.
No, she calls an ambulance.
Actually, that's convincing.
We cut to my favorite scene of the movie. It's Jack Nicholson in a boardroom. It's the obvious scene where it's like it's very cold business, and he's
Right.
not paying attention to it because he's changed. And it's my favorite thing in the world because Rob Reiner didn't have the stones to correct him. Because he's like, did you ever read The Divine Comedy by Dante Alighieri? And like Rob Reiner's like, it's Dante. It's Dante.
Well, that was like
No, I call it. I'm 70 years old, and I'm calling him Dante.
Excuse me, Rob Reiner.
It's I love all the classics like Virgil, William Shakespeare.
You get the gist. Only you care about this.
There's a
Come
bunch of shit
on.
in this movie though where I was like, is that how Jack Nicholson pronounces things? I can't recall examples now,
No.
but that does happen more than
That's,
once.
how, that's how his character pronounces.
Oh, I
things.
see.
Also, like when I'm dumb on this show, it's my character.
Oh, right.
Yeah, nice
Right.
excuse.
The very best is Ernest Hummingbird.
Oh, man. Ernest Hummingbird. That's a fucking BoJack Horseman character.
Man, I wanna
Same
see-
grisly ending.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
So Morgan Freeman, it's not looking good. He's got
Sean
to have
Hayes
surgery.
breaks into the ring. He's like, you have to go see this guy.
Oh right, yeah.
Which is and
Take
yeah.
his phone call.
Yes. So then he
You
wants-
love him. Go see him.
Yes,
Right.
exactly. Like,
But the hostile takeover.
they wind up. He goes to the hospital, and this is the scene where he's like, well, you don't look too good. This is where, by the way, Morgan Freeman, come on, dude. Shave your head. You're in this movie. This is a movie. Because this movie, by the way, in case you're wondering, was released in mid-December because this was supposed to be an Oscar movie. Like, don't fuck around. This movie was supposed to be an Oscar movie.
Maybe it would have been if Morgan Freeman bothered to fucking man up and shave his
But
head.
It's a Conehead sketch, dude. Like, get out of here.
looks
It's
ridiculous.
a Golden Globes movie.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know what, Kevin? Nail on the head.
But it looks ridiculous.
I thought he was like being revealed to be an alien or something.
Oh no, Morgan Freeman's a gray.
Yeah, it's
You're
like,
going to grow it
oh
back.
great, my friends from Mars.
Yes, like that time I was president.
But you know what it was? That's the thing. Jack Nicholson will do it because he was selective. He's like, I'll shave my head on camera, motherfucker. Morgan Freeman's like, yeah, I'm actually filming 6 movies right now.
That's true.
That's
Could you,
probably what it was.
by the way, Jack, can you drop me off to my next movie?
Yeah. I bet you that's actually what it was.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I can't do this. I would like to. I feel like Morgan Freeman will shave his head.
He should have.
But it's,
it was
I'll
a
be
Henry-
working with Zach Braff soon enough.
It was like a Henry Cavill mustache situation.
Yes, and we didn't quite have the technology like we did for that movie.
You know what? The thing with Henry Cavill's mustache is we all sat around and worried so much about if we could, but we never asked if we should.
That's true.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
think Superman should have had a mustache.
I would have loved it.
It would have been cool.
Why not?
Do
Superman had like a weird phase.
Yeah,
He
nobody,
comes back from the dead. He's got a
Yeah.
mustache.
Yeah,
He's learned some things.
Now he's an orgy guy.
Yeah, he throws coke around. It's
nobody
fine.
cares about what happens in Justice League. Just put it in. Who cares?
So Morgan Freeman gets his laugh till he cries moment right here because he finally tells Jack Nicholson he's been drinking cat shit coffee.
Oh, come on.
And they have a big fucking hooting and hollering laugh over it.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman holds his wife's hand. He goes into surgery and
Morgan
dies
Freeman,
on the
by
table.
the way, one of Morgan Freeman, he's got an arsenal of things that he's really good at. One is like, monotone narration. The other one, he's got a good fake laugh, a good like burst out fake laugh. He does it in 7
because
when
he's a good actor.
he is a great actor.
I think he does a lot more in his younger roles too. And like Street Smart, I remember him doing that a lot.
Yeah, he's got a good fake laugh, and this scene is no exception.
So they have that, and then, like I mentioned, he dies on the table.
Sorry, I glossed over that part.
So he's dead. And we cut to the family being devastated, but we got to get back to Jack Nicholson as soon as possible.
And there should be a scene with his son being like, "Man, I never told this guy all the things I wanted to tell him. If only I had the last couple weeks of his life, I would have had. I would be in a better spot."
You know what? You had that dinner.
Say it there.
That's true.
Uh,
Quality, not quantity.
we cut to Morgan Freeman's funeral, at which this kind of complete stranger gives a eulogy. That's
Oh,
Jack Nicholson.
It's really bizarre.
And he's like,
It's his
you
later
met
in life lover.
You met him weeks ago.
At least though he does acknowledge,
Yeah.
like, a few months ago I didn't know this guy and we did become good friends.
Yes.
But he's like, he's got the bucket list and he's like checking shit off like at the pulpit.
I got that one done.
Oh yeah. Said something nice about a stranger, cross that off.
But the weird thing is, I mean, this is kind of a twist in the movie, right? Because the beginning of the movie, it's Morgan Freeman
Right.
talking about Jack Nicholson's death.
And I was like, surely a ghost can't be narrating this movie.
And then Morgan Freeman dies first. You're like, oh, wow, what a surprise. You keep expecting Jack Nicholson to kick it.
Right.
Then you cut to Jack Nicholson, and he is he makes up with his daughter. By the way, like this should be a scene. Like
They
by the
cut
way,
out the meat of the fucking
Totally
movie.
zero-
This is the big scene.
Zero dialogue, dude.
like hire because they hire like a no-named actress, but like hire I don't know. Like
I thought it was Sarah Polly at first.
hire Sarah Polly.
You
That
could
would
do
have been
that.
great.
That would have been great.
Bring it in the house.
But I don't think I don't think you hear her speak to her.
No,
I
she
think
has
you
no lines
just
in
to the grandkid.
No lines in the movie. This woman's
Yeah.
a featured extra.
It's
Totally.
terrible.
Here's my big scene with Jack Nicholson.
I-
Wait, what?
They cut it out.
Also, show me that dude like being disabled or whatever after that mafia rough up.
Yes.
Look, I said I didn't kill him, but he is a quadriplegic.
That would have been nice.
Look, he just picks up the phone. Look, honey, could you let me in? Look. I'm gonna call somebody. Roger, stop torturing him now. Look, it's over. It's over now.
He breaks the phone in half.
I'll even feed him through a tube for you.
Bring in the mop squad.
But there's like a sweet moment where one of the things on the list was like kiss the most beautiful girl in the world, and you show him like giving his granddaughter a kiss, and he crosses it off.
Yeah,
it's like kind of a nice thing.
Sure.
And then Jack Nicholson up and dies.
Yep.
And this whole movie, we've been seeing these cutting back to somebody climbing up this mountain in the snow.
That's just in the beginning, and like I was yelling in my head, if that's Jack Nicholson,
That's what I was saying too.
I
Yep.
was like, I'm
Yep.
going to scream.
I totally thought that too. I totally fucking thought
Well, it
that.
wasn't shaped like fucking Dr. Robotnik, so it couldn't be.
You never know with the green screen shit.
That-
you know?
that would be-
Zadek is such a bitch.
That would be great, though. Jack Nicholson is his
Robotnik?
one last role is Dr. Robotnik.
Oh, that would be fucking
Bring me
Sonic
the-
the Hedgehog.
Bring me the head of that fucking hedgehog.
You know what, Tails? If you know what's good for your family, you'll do exactly
Could-
as
you know
I
what?
say.
I wouldn't be able to think of a worse last role on my own. But you nailed it.
Yeah, I keep these three tails around my neck.
Oh my god!
What's that? Orson Welles played a Transformer planet. I got that beat.
Hopper did Koopa, I'm Prime.
Give me a big dumb red mustache.
So we finally reveal the identity of the hiker is Sean Hayes, who's climbed up to put Jack. They have a conversation about just cremate me and put me
Yes,
in
that's-
a what chock full of nuts
Yeah.
can.
And that's in India. And like when they're having that conversation, he purposefully says what we're going to do
Yeah.
when
This
we
is-
die.
this is a
Now
love-
that we're life partners.
Yeah, this is a lover's situation. Why are and like I don't care about being with your family when you're alive, but your remains certainly should be.
Yes, of
Yes.
course. Now this woman has to have a barren grave. She's been married to this guy for 50 years.
Oh, where is he? Oh no, he's on a mountaintop with some dude he met.
He's
Yes.
on top of a mountain he never climbed.
Yes.
Yep.
And
And
I,
here's my question though, because Morgan Freeman's in so Sean Hayes opens the thing, and there's already a chock full of nuts can in there.
That's
That's
Morgan
Morgan.
Freeman,
No, I
yeah.
think it's Donnie actually from Big Lebowski.
Uh,
No, so Morgan Freeman's already in this box on the top of this mountain, right? So my question is Sean Hayes climbing this fucking thing twice?
Yep.
dude, for the amount of money that I imagine he's going to get, yes. Yeah, you would
right?
do that.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
you're gonna bring my friend to the top of this mountain.
I imagine that what the original cut, like he opens that little thing where he puts the chock full of nuts cans and the monkey's paws right there.
Right? Oh,
and
right.
he trades it and now he's got it. He can do whatever he wants.
I just don't understand how this legally happened because, like, Morgan Freeman died in this operation. There was at no point anything about like changing the last will and
Dude, it might
testament.
have been illegal.
Well, that's right. Like, how the fuck is this dude getting the remains of this man?
Dude, funny funeral is happening. It's a mad caper
It
of
is.
trying to get Morgan Freeman's corpse. We got to get the corpse before anyone knows.
I think that's the deal, dude.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sean Hayes, you need to break into the morgue.
Yeah, you got to pose as the body.
It's just crazy. But like, yeah, to your point, like this woman is now completely got nothing.
Yep.
Nowhere even
Suck
she's-
it.
She's buried like a dead nun alone.
Well, the dead nuns are married to Jesus.
That's
Well,
true.
you can only hope that she has a long life still left ahead of her.
Oh,
She
get a
meets some
second
beau,
husband. Yeah,
right? Maybe an
true.
age gap love situation.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Right? They spend the rest of her days together, and then she gets married, gets buried next to Trevor.
I would love it, dude. She deserves Trevor Reginald.
Yeah.
Reginald Bell Johnson should have been there.
Oh,
Next
sure,
day,
why not?
JB Smoove comes up,
Yes,
fucking
yes,
takes her out.
Yes. So that's the movie, right?
That's totally
Yes,
the movie. It
that's
ends
the
with
movie.
Sean Hayes on a mountain, just like I thought the bucket list would end. Would anybody recommend this movie?
No. It's really short, which is nice. And I mean, like,
Yeah, it's a blessing.
but there are latter period. I mean, look, hey, just watch any of these two guys are great actors.
Yeah.
And I do think that like Nicholson's trying, but also trying in the wrong way in this movie.
He's trying, but it's just a bad movie. Like that's the
Yeah.
thing. I don't hold it against either of them in
Sure.
this movie. They're
No.
both
No.
giving it a go, and that's what was weird when I was watching it. I was like, "Oh, Jack Nicholson's actually trying in this movie."
Yes.
I didn't think I would see that. I would think it would be like, "You got to do it."
Nicholson has so rarely not tried though.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
He really does
He's super
do
choosy.
that. He does whenever he's gonna come out, even that fucking "You Gotta Do It" movie.
Did you see You Gotta Do It?
I
Or whatever
have
it's
seen You
actually
Gotta
called?
Do It. Yeah,
It's
Wait,
him,
that's a
Owen
real
Wilson.
movie?
No, it's whatever. It's like the most recent James L.
How
Brooks
do you
movie.
know? How do you know?
How do you know?
It's Reese Witherspoon, him,
Owen Wilson.
and
Someone's
Owen
a
Wilson.
professional pitcher or something.
Yeah, and I forget who the other person is, but that's the other person.
Oh, okay.
Is it
Paul
Bradley
Rudd.
Cooper? Oh, Paul. Yes, Paul
Yes,
Rudd.
there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like he's even good in that.
But I feel this is just a guess, though. That movie it's more like a Jack Nicholson stopping in and saying
he's
hi.
not memorable. No,
No, I know. I mean,
No.
like it's not a
Yeah.
big role.
No, not
Yeah,
at
yeah,
all.
yeah.
And as far as this movie, I mean, God, just avoid it at all costs. I do think it's funny to imagine, and this is what I did for the second viewing. In the trivia, you'll note this. They tried to get Clint Eastwood
Yep.
to do Jack Nicholson's role.
Wow.
That would have been a completely different movie.
It's also how you make the movie worse.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not going to be fun then.
Because whereas Nicholson has been trying through all of these roles, these late career roles,
Yes.
good or bad movie, Clint Eastwood stopped trying at Unforgiven
Yes.
But
yeah.
him,
as an actor.
I will
I don't
say,
know, I
though,
never saw $1 Million Baby. Is he doing stuff in that?
He's kind of
He's
just
good.
like hanging out. It's not
He's good.
bad.
I mean,
but,
Trouble
yeah.
with the Curve is awful.
Oh my
Don't-
God, I
it's
turned
just
it off. I
fucking
turned it
awful.
right
He's
off.
pretty good in Gran Torino, but
Yes.
it's not. Yeah,
That's the
it
thing-
would definitely change the tone of this film.
Well, yeah, because the only thing I would say is that they do definitely have chemistry. Morgan Freeman and him have worked together enough.
I would not recommend it. I didn't enjoy watching this. I didn't like this movie, and there's better things you could do with your time.
Yeah, there's better Rob Reiner movies out there. That's
Many.
for sure. We went over a bunch of them. I would not recommend this. It's schmaltzy, manipulative crap.
I'm getting a letter from the news desk, by the way.
Oh,
If you
shit,
want-
this just in.
I
I don't know if you
One, you up.
if you want more Morgan Freeman on We Hate Movies, you should subscribe to our Patreon
Oh fuck!
because we're doing Transcendence this month.
Oh dude, I totally forgot he's in that movie.
He is.
Why
That's
did
the whole
you
reason.
Remind me.
Right. And that's at the $5 level. And if you subscribe to that, you'll instantly unlock Bright, Man of Steel, Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance, and Jungle to Jungle, starring one Tim Allen. And, as he said, Transcendence.
So there it is. And by the way, that is the bucket list from 2007, directed by Rob Reiner. The Patreon, of course, is alive and well and flourishing. We Hate Movies. Patreon.com/We Hate Movies, of course. Facebook.com/We Hate Movies. At WHM Podcast on Twitter. Rate and review the show wherever you get it. We greatly appreciate it. We didn't talk about New York this much in this episode, so that one guy should be fucking fine. We all hate movies at gmail.com. Right into the mailbag if you saw this movie in the theaters. What do we got going on next week?
Eric, you should talk.
Yeah,
about
this
it.
is you.
It's Doll Man.
Oh, fuck, Tim Thomerson.
Tim Thomerson as an alien from outer space that when he gets to Earth, he's a little like the size of like an
A doll?
yes. And he's like a hard as nails, like space cop, but he's a doll. And
Yeah.
he goes up against Jackie Earl Haley.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, this
So-
movie, this was a real.
Mhm.
I'll say this. I've seen Doll Man. I also the only time I watched Doll Man, I greened out during Doll Man.
Same here, but I'm making us do it. So we'll see how next week goes.
Tune in next week for a 40-minute episode.
Until then, I'm Andrew Jupin.
Steven Sadak.
Chris Cabin.
Eric Siska.
Take it easy.
That was a HeadGum podcast.